All right, so we are looking here. We are done with the Megadraft. We're going to look at the players' pools here. So we're gonna see what everybody drafted, which will give us a good idea of what they are playing. So let's sort this by color here. Well, let's sort. We'll sort first by rarity. So looking at Sawyer here,
Yep.
he's got he's got white and black
No
here.
mythic.
so
No mythics and one rare.
yeah, so it's sort of he. There's cards here in his sideboard, so it looks like these are the cards he's considering for his main deck here. Not too much at rare here, so he's gonna be relying on the uncommons and the commons here. Got some good ones. Looks like he has some life gain synergies here. A Johnny's Pridemate ×2, Daxos, Cruel Celebrant,
Oh
and
yeah.
so he's got sort of a life gain sub theme here. As far as removal goes, looks like he's got quite a few good ones here. So
Yeah. Oh,
pretty
I even see the ill-gottens there and more
yeah.
life gain
So
synergy.
pretty low to the ground here. So these are cards he threw into his sideboard, but may end up in his deck. Uh, or we'll just look at cards, actually. We'll look at the whole pool. Yeah. Yeah. So that's a little better. So sort by color. Yeah. So now looking at his cards here. Yeah. So this gives us, yeah. So he has a bunch of removal here. He has a bunch of creatures. Yeah. It's like a classic white black deck. You have some life gain synergies. You got a couple gold cards here. Hidden Stockpile is interesting. That card always
Yeah.
overperforms. Consecrate Consume, excellent. Yeah, so pretty nice streamlined deck here. It does not have the powerful rares, so he's going to look for the uncommons and some of these life gain synergies, and just a wealth of removal to carry the day here. So that's Sawyer. Next to him was Jordan. So Jordan again, six leagues, 5 top 8. So it's just a matter of time before he takes one down. Today might be the day. Let's look at his rares here. What he's working with. So he's got a white rare, a black rare. He's got to enter the God Eternals, so that's a heck of a card. But it
Fantastic.
doesn't look like he ended up with too much blue here. Well, let's look at his cards. Yeah. So yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's going to be playing blue. But if we go by
Venus Ultra
color,
Paladin is a go wide.
yeah, so
Go
it's
wide
looking like black
neighbor.
red here as his main colors. Looking has a lot of red cards. It looks like he might have found the deck that Sawyer got to do in one of the drafts, which is the Active Treason deck here. Portent of Betrayal, 2 Active Treasons. I don't
How
see
many
other ones, but
sacrifice effects is what you want to
yeah,
look at.
yeah.
Some creatures have sacrifice abilities for cheap. Sometimes they cost more.
And there's Bankrupt in Blood. He has Elspeth's Nightmare. That's excellent. He has some nice removal here. His creatures are they're okay. Like nothing too
About
special
one
here.
sacrifice.
Bunch
The
of
Spark
curve.
Reaper is the only sacrifice one I see.
He has some curve fillers here. Um, he has these, but you have to get to your upkeep to sack something.
Yeah, not not the best with the active treason.
Yeah, so he got part of the Active Treason deck here. He's got Unlicensed Disintegration. That's premium removal. Um, Interesting to see if he does decide to splash. He did pick up a bunch of dual lands. So maybe he ends up being able to splash something here. He has Lockets, Prophetic
Um,
Prism. So
we have to look at the 2 hidden stockpiles there. I think that's what's going on, trying to splash that and steal stuff.
yeah, that could be the one too. Yeah, so we might have a little Mardu Aristocrats type of deck. Mardu Sacrifice. This deck is a deck that it's hard to come together, but when it does, we saw Sawyer do it in one of the drafts, and it was just a steamroller. So here's Jesse, a player who was he did leave the league for a little while, and he came back, and in his first league, he's top 8 again. So he's hungry for the win for sure.
And 9-1 right now in the next league.
Yeah, so as far as rares, he does have this is a headliner here. So I don't know if he's going to play blue. He doesn't have many blue cards, but Curabus, the Sea God, absolutely incredible card. But looks
Yeah.
like he's more in the green, green white or green red area here, and not too much at rare here, unfortunately for him. But
Saw a couple Savage Smashes.
yeah,
Pretty good
so
dual
he is
removal.
just green. He is extremely green. And he's going to be playing Gruul here. Savage Smash. These Invigorating Hot Springs, not great in Kamigawa. Just didn't line up well in the format. But this card can be a beating.
Got a lot of Gruul stuff going on. I wouldn't be surprised if it's
Yeah.
like heavy green with a little blue to put that
And
Kiora's
he
in, because
has these
Kiora's
like
is an
triple
absolute
guild
tank.
gates here to smooth it all out. Just big creatures. Yeah. Like just big creatures. Pima Outriders times 3. This card just beats down.
You can
Losum
probably afford
Chimera,
to
that was a great one. His 2 drops is a little lacking, I would say, but he's got some nice gold cards here. Aranx, Outland Boar. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be seeing him playing green and red cards for the most part here today. He might try
maybe a
and
little
splash in
splash
something.
option.
There's a
Yeah.
Conclave Tribunal here. There's a Heroic Reinforcements. There's this Intervention, which is like a Lightning Helix. So he may try and throw in some white cards. Maybe he gets really creative and tries to play Kiora Best of Sea God, but I don't really see it fitting in with what he has here. Circuit Render's a nice card. So nice green deck. The Gruul has been a successful strategy in the past, so looks like he's trying to repeat history with the Gruul deck, taking it down. Johnny, who's trying to win his, I think, 4th league now. The guy is absolutely a maniac at this game. All right, so rarity, look at that. He's got a
Hey yo.
AO. So here's where all the rares are at. He's got a Light of the Legion. It looks like he's going to be
Ooh,
white-blue,
Mentor
so I
rare.
don't think this Tolsimir is going to come in. Hinata could be a card he wants to splash, but it's not like crazy impactful. There's the Electro Dominance that we saw Tony pass on. Looks like he's firmly in white and blue. Okay, yeah, so he's got
Yeah.
lots of blue here. So he's white sort of for the bombs in the top end, and blue is just filling up the rest of his deck. Bunch of 2 mana creatures here, lots of 2 and 3 drops. Flying,
A little
flying, flying,
like what we
flying.
saw with Jesse's deck being heavy green and probably another
This is
color.
just kind of your white blue flyers deck here, more or less.
What are the non creatures?
Wanderer's Strike when we were young. He got the Banishing Light. He's got some.
He's public.
Yeah, he's got some interaction here. Totally Lost, Leave in the Dust, Capture Sphere, Ether Trade
I see
Winds. Um,
I see some decent red removal there with 2 Iros plus an Electro Dominance, Chandra's Pyro Helix,
Turn to
2
Fish.
shock.
Yeah, I don't know
Maybe
how
going, is it?
much. I don't know how much he's going to be able to use this red. He has basically no fixing, no lockets, no dual lands, no fixing creatures at colorless as we see sometimes. So he's blue, and I think his I think the white is gonna rule over the red here. But yeah, I could see him being ending up red. It's not impossible. I think he's going to lean towards his rares, but he could
There's
be.
choices to make.
He
He's
absolutely
got
could end
choices.
up being blue and red, but he's definitely blue.
Yeah, he's
All
got
right.
choices to make
So
in
Tony, we
the deck
followed his
building.
draft. On to Caleb. So he's after his first Megadraft win. He did win the team league, but I think he's really hungry to win one of these individual leagues. And
During the draft, I mentioned that he's getting Golgari cards and even Dimir
he ended
cards.
up being the Golgari player, and he got hooked up in at least that one pack. Bounty of Might, that was a heck of a card. It's a triple giant growth. He's got
Love
Izoni.
that card.
This Kami of Transience, it's fine. He got the Midnight Reaper. He got the Swarm Guildmage, the Fine Broker. He got the poison. He got a Poison Tip Archer as well, another really good uncommon. Yeah, so he just got nice 2 drops here. Double Seed Sculptor, Gifted Etherborn. So this is going to be a deck to look out for. I would say definitely.
Looks like a solid deck. These Seed Sculptors tend to die. Stuff goods in the graveyard makes Izoni bigger.
Yeah, Troll
And,
Guardian here. Yeah,
so heavy
Losum
green
Tremor. Yeah,
again.
his 3 and 4 drops are kind of okay. I mean, Freak Spawn is nice. They're not insane, but these gold cards are just kind of the day. Let's see some of his removal here. Deadly Visit is good. Dead Long Reach. Okay, he got the Davriel as well. He got the Reckoner raids. So he's not like doesn't have as much removal as you see in green decks, but his creatures are just really high quality. Tails is good here. I think
Yeah,
yeah, he's got a Rabid Bite. He's got a Master's Rebuke. Yeah, so classic Golgari, really strong. Got the gold cards. Like got really hooked up. Found his lane. If he wasn't already in Golgari, that just cemented him. But it looks like he was. So he just got the bounty
yeah.
of the cards here.
Let's
He has a bunch of fixing. If he's looking to splash something, he could, but it doesn't look like it's
Uh,
really
Other
necessary.
players could have used the fixing that he picked up. I see Gilder Radnik was very nice to
Yeah, so
Guild.
this is definitely going to be a deck to look out for here as we go into the mega draft into the rounds shortly. Dan A beat down Bringa. See what he came up with here. Looks like white and black cards, like Sawyer did. So we'll see. They were just one seat in between the two, or 2 seats apart. So might have been in each other's way here. So he has lots of rares, but I don't think many of them are cards that go in your normal Orzhov deck. He does have Elspeth Conquers Death, which is a really good one. Restoration of Iganjo, excellent. Elder Spell, not so much. Some duels, some Mardu cards here. Uh,
Both those
yeah,
Ashioks ended up in his deck, it looks like.
yeah. So it looks like Sawyer ended up with the lion's share of the removal here since they were close to each other. But he may end up. He got all the
Absolutely.
Demir cards. So I know that in League, he's played 3 color decks to success. In top 8, he's played 3 color decks to success. So I could see this as an Esper deck here. I think he's gonna make use of some of these gold cards here. Um,
Two
I,
Notion Reigns and Artful Takedown.
yeah, Conclave Tribunal's good. Yeah, like I could see him. I could see him playing a 3 color deck here. So white black at the base, but like his creatures are just very ordinary here. So I think he needs to rely on some of these powerful spells, some of these 2-for-1s, maybe Notion Reigns. Yeah, this looks like a controlling deck to me. Definitely looking to make use of the gold cards and has the fixing here. He picked up Concealed Courtyard, Demir, Guildgates, 2 plazas, Godless Shrine, Orzhov Guildgate.
A
Or
Millstone to go with your
he's got a Guild
Ashioks. It's going
Glow
to be hard in
Renegade
Second
map.
card.
So he's kind of set up for a control deck here. So this will be an interesting one to see. If this works out, this could really be strong. We'll see exactly how he decides to build it, though, since we just see the pools here. And then Daniel G, another one of these players who's making his 3rd top 8 in just 4 leagues, and he already has a win under his belt in Bro League. So just another really strong newcomer to our server here.
A defending champion, basically.
Yeah, he won the most recent league. So who sent me a message here?
So what do we see here? I see Satoru, Nikia, Thundering Raiju, and Nakramiba as the rares.
All right,
Some dual
so
color cards.
yeah, so Thundering Raiju and Satoru are good. He's Heart of Kirin is interesting. These green cards,
Mm,
not so much. So it looks like he ended up as the blue red drafter, though Johnny might be blue red. Looking here, yeah, this is going to be a non-creature deck based on what we're seeing here. Not too many creatures,
yeah,
but here's the
a
spells.
lot of blue cards.
So he's got draw spells, counter spells, Kasmina, yeah, more counter spells, bounce and draw, removal, draw spells, counter spells. So
Oh,
this is a control deck. This is a blue red spells, but control. We're gonna see what he decides what he's gonna play as win cons because we don't see too much sticking out here as these are the cards that are gonna win the game. Like these creatures are, you have a boar, a Raiju, like he needs win cons here. But
gonna have to remove stuff and hope those creatures on the board get in.
yeah, this might be just a win with whatever you have left over once you've killed everything and have 5 more cards in hand than the opponent. You play a 3/2 and just attack with a bunch of times. Yeah, so some really interesting decks here. A lot of players really leaned into a specific strategy, so it's going to be fun to watch some of these games, and we'll be back very shortly with round 1.